I was first introduced to cochlear implants when my brother was born deaf and had a surgery to receive the implants at 9.5 months old. His surgery took about 3 hours, and he received bilateral implants, meaning one for each ear. To explain how the implants work, I first need to explain how normal hearing works. For a typical person to hear, the sound enters the ear from sound waves. There are tiny hairs called cilia that move with fluid in the cochlea, which is in the inner ear. The cilia carry the sound waves to the auditory nerve. When the waves finally touch the auditory nerve, the nerve tells the brain that there is sound. All of this happens instantaneously. One of the reasons that a person can be deaf is that the hair cells, the cilia, are either missing or damaged. That is the reason that my brother is deaf. So, cochlear implants provide artificial hearing. There are two parts to a cochlear implant. First, there's the external processor, which is basically a computer, processor, and transmitter. The inner implants needs to be implanted through a surgery, and therefore you can't see it. The cochlear implants works by having the sound enter through a microphone, and then the processor turns it into a digital signal. The signal then gets transmitted to the internal implant through a connection through the skin. The implant stays on the person's head via a magnet. There is an outside magnet on the outside processor that connects to a magnet on the internal implant. Once the signal is transmitted, the internal receiver sends the signal through an electrode to the auditory nerve. There are 24 electrodes implanted in the ear. The electrodes coil through the cochlear and basically act as an artificial cochlea. Each electrode hits the auditory nerve at a different spot, so that when the nerve that is stimulated tells the brain that there is a sound, the brain can interpret the right frequency of the sound. The brain then learns to adapt to the artificial sound so that it sounds normal to the person. That is how cochlear implants work. Learning about cochlear implants and seeing firsthand the impact it has on my family has shaped my desire to go into biomedical engineering so that I can continue to help create devices to improve people's lives. And then this is my brother putting on his cochlear implant. As you can see, it just sticks right into his head through the magnet.